The Fall of the Lightbringer, narrated by Azeroth Archives. In the aftermath of King Terrana's death at the hands of his own son, Arthas, the Paladin Uther the Lightbringer, took charge of defending the remnants of the kingdom of Lordaeron. He ordered Gavinrad the Dire and his champions of peace to guard the cemetery near Andorhal, where the remains of the necromancer Kel'Thuzad were buried. As the undead Scourge ravaged the land, the people looked to the holy paladins for salvation, and Uther was the greatest among them. Andorhal became one of the last bastions of the Alliance in Lordaeron, with Uther and his fellow paladins using it as a base to launch attacks against the Scourge. However, Arthas and his undead minions soon came to raid the town, seeking the magical urn containing the ashes of King Terranas for their vile necromancy. In an epic duel, Uther's legendary hammer clashed with Arthas's cursed rune blade Frostmourne. Light and darkness, life and death struggled for supremacy. Incredibly, Uther bested the fallen prince, sending him sprawling and Frostmourne flying. But as the paladin prepared the killing blow, the sword mysteriously returned to Arthas's hand, and the Lich King granted him terrible power. The battle turned, and Uther, gravely wounded, fell to his knees. With his last breath, he condemned Arthas to hell, but the Death Knight coldly replied that he intended to live forever. Uther died with a prayer on his lips as Frostmourne shattered his soul. Unbeknownst to Uther, a portion of his soul was devoured by Frostmourne and frozen in time, while the rest of it was borne by the angelic Kyrian to the realm of Bastion in the Shadowlands. There, the paragon Devos welcomed him and offered him the chance to shed his mortal burdens and train to ferry souls as a Kyrian ascended. But Uther was unable to let go, feeling his work was unfinished and that he still had to bring Arthas to justice. Devos watched over Uther with concern, eventually realizing his soul had been literally broken by the maw-forged Frostmourne. She tried to warn the Kyrian Archon of the danger from the maw, but was ignored. In defiance of the path, Devos allowed Uther to ascend without having his memories purged. She revealed to him that when Arthas died, together they would claim his soul and see justice done at last. No longer bound by mortal limits, the Lightbringer was reborn, more determined than ever to see his mission through to the end.
My powers wane as the throne grows weak. The cloak of the Lich King now feels weak. Alien forces at our door. The Scourge must